wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Would you better own it? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Everybody wanna win, everybody can't do. I'm zoned. Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Would you better own it? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes?
Welcome to the Coach Stretch Show.
What up, what up, what up? It's the man, Coach Stretch, and we have a special for you today. Let me welcome in my co-host, Mr. Statman, AJT. Stats, what's up, baby?
I'm in the building, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, man. We have a special episode today. Today is the V-League Hoop Classic or Showcase Meet and Greet. And tonight we had the honor of interviewing several participants, not only founders, organizers, the whole thing. We interviewed so many people tonight, and on top of that, we definitely have some NBA news to get to. We got a whole lot to talk about, man. So we couldn't let the calendar keep flipping without us getting the show in and talking about all the hot topics in the NBA. And then we have this V-League Hoop Showcase, holiday showcase this weekend. So, Stats, shout-outs.
God, Bree, even though she on my list right now. Mom, y'all, you, Mike, Damo, Primerica, all the people, man. Peace and love to everybody, man. Brother Hoop League, everybody.
Absolutely, man. Big shout out to the wife, the family, all my loved ones, man, friends, family, Virginia Neptunes, Relentless Sports, all my coaches, clients, players, like everybody, man. So let's get right into the V-League showcase.
We are here with C&J officiating. Fellas, I appreciate you all taking the time and joining us this evening. Tell us about yourselves and your officiating organization.
With C&J, our biggest thing is that we started like a year ago. And so now we've expanded, and now we do high school. We also do volleyball, football, basketball. So when me and my business partner, Chip, when we started this thing, we did a lot of AAU during the off season. We did a lot of traveling, and one of the things we wanted to do, we wanted to have it where basketball was all year round. And one of the things we always say, our logo says a standard of excellence. And what that means is that every time we're on that court, we try to be the best we can be. So we try to, when we do these games, we study intensively, and so we're going to put the right people in the right places. And so doing this V-League, that's the next level too. And so as we grow and expand, C&J is going to be a household name. Next year we got almost 8 locations, so we're constantly growing.
Stats here. First of all, I want to thank y'all for the Brotherhood Hoop League last year. Appreciate y'all for that. Now, referee seems to be a thankless job. You get yelled at all day. People don't like the calls, regardless if the call is right or not. What gave y'all the passion to want to decide to be referees?
Well, I guess I could start off. This is like year 32 for me. So I kind of got started out of college. And a guy came to me and was like, look, something you like to do. I was like playing ball at the time. And I said, yeah, I love to get into it. So over the years, you just hone your craft, So, you start to tune things out. As you start getting up in the level, you start looking at plays more. So when I'm officiating now, I really, I stay in my zone, but I'm also studying the plays of the team. So I'm listening constantly at what the teams are running. So that means I'm in position because I've heard the play. I know how they're going to go. So, in terms of the fans, we can tune those out. You know what I'm saying? Over years, you just kind of tune the fans out. And you kind of zone focus on what it is. So, to me, it's just about the passion and staying focused.
Fellas, appreciate everybody. For me, I'm the elder of you guys. I do it for the love. That gentleman over there knows I stay in the gym. I've coached all my kids, probably 80% of these kids here since probably 2000 and so I've done everything from coaching every level. Currently coaching high school at Warwick, which of course Stretch is our main trainer for our young ladies, and we appreciate him. And like Stretch and you guys, I'm just part of the community. The love for the community and what you guys do for the community in basketball is why I'm part of CNJ. The one thing that CNJ prides itself on is making sure that from Stretch's age group of kids who are 6 and 7 years old to you young fellas that you have out here now, they're going to get us at the best. And so that the competition is what it's all about for our community. So I appreciate being a part of what you guys are doing. As a homegrown officiating organization, can you tell the public what exactly you're looking for? I assume you all are still recruiting officials, and as you all continue to grow and grow, what are you guys looking for? Former coaches, former players, or just people who have a zeal for the game?
Biggest thing we're looking for, people who have a zeal for the game. People who have passion. Because like I said, I tell people how you do anything is how you do everything. You have to want to do it. So when me and Chip, what we do is sometimes we evaluate people. If they say they want to officiate, like I said, we got all different levels, certified, different levels. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to duplicate this to be nationwide. Because the thing is, if you on the AAU system is getting bigger, games are getting more intense. It used to be a time where you do an AAU game, you just had bodies out there. But now what we've done is that, because when you look as a referee or as a fan, when you see NBA or you see top level officiating, they wear pants, they got professional gear on. And so what that does, it has a level of efficiency, because when people see you are serious about your craft, everything changes. So as us expanding, we're trying to expand in different areas, but we want people who want to be there, who want to learn their craft and want to get better each time when they're on that court.
And just also, we look at skill and will, the same thing I look at in education. I can teach you skill. We can teach you how to officiate. But the will that you want to be great at something, that's innate. You got to want that. So people who have a high, will level, like they really want it, and they may have a low skill level, we can teach you. All right, same thing in coaching. You see that in coaching all the time. So we look at that as we recruit, people who want a high will to be successful and a high skill level also.
I actually didn't have another question for y'all. I wanted to thank y'all. And I want to thank y'all because, listen, man, I watch the NBA every night. I watched y'all. Refereeing is a hard job. Not only running up, getting up and down the court, but having to deal with, y'all don't want to make wrong calls either. So I guess I did have a question now. So if you do make a wrong call, like how much does it weigh on you individually? Like if you make a call that affected the balance of the game, like does that impact you in any way?
I would say probably the four of us, it does. And the one thing that we probably all do is police each other. The best part about all of us with CNJ is there's no egos. Our priority is your players and making sure they have the fairest contest possible. So during the course of the game, we may come in and sometimes have to come together to make sure we get it right. And the one thing with all of us with CNJ, if my partner comes to me with something that maybe he saw differently, there's no question, because we have each other's back. And our priority, again, is to give you guys the fairest contest we possibly can.
Yeah, and I ditto that also. It's you're going to make mistakes, and you grow from your mistakes. Like in any sport, coaching, and any place else, you don't want people to see it written on your face. So you're going to stay professional. You're going to stay in the game at all times. After the game, then you have time to reflect. You say, hey, looking back at the tape, and I kind of missed that one there. Yeah. But during the game, you will never know. No, you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to stay in that spot.
And they had the tape.
Yeah. And mail it to you.
We had the tape. Mail it to you.
Clock expired.
Appreciate y'all.
Well, yeah, thank you again, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is CNJ Officiating. They will be the officials for the V-League Holiday Showcase. Thank you again, gentlemen.
Appreciate y'all.
Today, it'll be Saturday. So today, 2:00 p.m. The Virginia Neptunes go on to take play against the Beltway Bombers, 2 undefeated teams. Somebody's O must go. But also on top of that, Savannah Hurricanes play the Hagerstown Warthogs. And who plays at 12, Stats? The Virginia Titans and the DMV Warriors. That's right, the DMV Warriors.
Mr. James Sinclair from the Savannah Hurricanes, superstar player, gives us a lot of trouble. I hate game planning for him. He's always first on the scouting report, man. Thank you for taking the time, man.
No problem. Nice being here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us why y'all here in Virginia. Just some things to know about you.
So graduated college from Western Carolina in 2015. Made it all the way to training camp with the Charlotte Hornets before I broke my hand, and that it propelled my career overseas. So did about 5-6 years over there before COVID hit, and actually retired. And I was just done with basketball, and Savannah Hurricanes came and gave me a call and gave me a chance to actually play in front of my family and friends. And so, ever since then, it's like it sparked the match again.
Got you.
And so just been playing here for the V-League Showcase. Actually nice sitting down with you guys and not actually just competing, just getting to know each other a little bit. So that's what I like the most about it.
Describe your game a little bit to the people who don't know who you are. I say this first. He's a great player, one of the best players in the league.
I appreciate it.
But you go into some detail about your game and how you go and get your buckets.
Okay. Well, footwork, most definitely. I've done countless amount of film on footwork. For the Kobe's, the Jordans, even as current as DeMar DeRozan, all those mid-range guys. Mid-range is my bread and butter, honestly. But gritty, competitive. Like you said, I'm a fiery athlete. Not as athletic as I used to be, but I make up for tough shots. So I've always prided myself on not being able to be stopped one-on-one. So that's just a little bit about myself.
Now, you mentioned some of your inspirations, right? And we was just having a conversation about the late, great, legendary Kobe Bryant. Right. Tell us what he means to you and what he meant to you as your growth and evolution as a basketball player.
But for one, Kevin Garnett is my favorite all-time player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and actually, my nickname is KG.
Okay.
So, but with Kobe, he just took what Jordan did and added a little flavor to it.
Okay.
So Jordan was a little old school to me because I was born in '93, so I really didn't see Jordan. But with Kobe, he took everything he did and he remixed it. The Kobe mentality, like I said, the footwork, the work ethic. That's one of the things that I pride myself on, even now to this day. But other than that, just the overall look at the game to where I put in this work and now I want to show it. And at the same time, I talk trash, but it's all in basketball. I respect y'all too much. I'll never disrespect the game. And, I'm just out there just to compete. Dogs meet dogs, and, whoever win, whoever lose. But I take my wins with the losses and vice versa.
Me and Mr. Sinclair here had a conversation about his top 10, but we was really focused on the top 3.
Right.
So I don't want to say, you go ahead and say before I continue what's your top 3.
Okay, my top 3 is Jordan first.
Okay.
Kobe second. No, LeBron second, and then I got Kobe third.
Okay.
Right.
Why do you have Kobe third?
The mentality first. And like I say, basketball is a two-way sport. Kobe got the defensive team. He's shown that he'll step up to the challenge and guard other guys. LeBron don't do it as much.
Okay.
So
this is one of the things that me and Stretch, we argue about this constantly. I hate the word dog. So here's my thing with the word dog. I feel like the media has co-opted it and made it into something and elevated guys who have outward passion over guys who don't. That's why I personally don't like the word dog. Now, you said KG is your favorite player.
Right.
You would say KG is a dog, right?
On the defensive end.
Oh, so okay. Would you say Tim Duncan's a dog?
I wouldn't say Tim Duncan's a dog.
But okay, so that's my problem with the word dog, because just because Kevin Garnett screams and yells and Kobe bites his jersey and all of these things, that's a dog. But Duncan, who's quiet, is not. So, what do you consider a dog?
I consider a dog as is no let up.
Okay.
You know what you're getting, game in, game out,
Okay.
night in, night out. And like you say, they're gonna let you hear about it. When you come to a dog's house, they're gonna let you hear a dog is here.
Okay.
Yes, I don't want a dog that's gonna be quiet and let people come in the house. Let me know somebody at the front door.
Let you.
So that's how I view as a dog. So if you can walk it and then talk it as well, I mean, yeah, that's a dog.
Okay. Are you, I guess for lack of a better word, attracted to certain mentalities more than others? Like in terms of like who you can play with or who you would prefer to play with? Like is that really a thing? Like mentalities, how much does that matter to you, for you and your teammates?
That's definitely true. I want the guys. If you talk, I want you to back it up. If you don't talk, then still I want you to produce.
Okay.
But don't talk when we up, and now when we down, you stop talking.
Okay.
I hate that.
Okay.
In the athlete. Like,
okay.
It's the same way with me. Win, lose, or draw, I'm talking. I'm playing hard.
Yeah.
And I live with the results because I put in the work.
Yeah.
So, and like Kobe is at the same time. If I know you're not in the gym, I'm not trusting you.
I'm not
out
trusting
there.
you. Now that I can agree with.
Right.
I can get with that 100%.
Right.
I get with that 100%.
But see, with LeBron, he throws the pass because it's a great basketball play. So, yeah.
On that note, Mr. James Sinclair, thank you for taking the time.
No
good
problem.
luck. Who y'all play tomorrow?
Hagerstown.
Yeah. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank
Hope
you.
We'll see y'all down the road.
Yes, definitely will. Hopefully in the playoffs.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time,
All right,
man.
no
Really
problem.
appreciate you. Thank you.
So, it's a big weekend for the V League. What's your takeaways before we get going? Before we start talking about the NBA and all this stuff, man? What are some of your takeaways from tonight's meet and greet?
I think it was a great event. V League trying to put on, make it an annual event. You hear about that in one of the interviews that we did, so I don't want to spoil it. But just a collection of men, man, with a goal to push forward. You know, obviously our job is to help our players get to the next level. And you know, this is an event and a showcase to be able to showcase great talent in the V League and hopefully, you know, and crown a winner, which honestly, hopefully it'll be us.
Thanks.
So, just a great event. Few people got honored in there tonight, man, which is good for them. But just an event to showcase what the V League is doing, man, and putting some of the best talent out there.
Right. Yeah, man. It was a great event. Shout out to the Hilton Inn Suites. She did an outstanding job with the layout, the food. Yep. Look, man, shout out to Mr. Edward Huckabee, Coach Huck, as they call him, for organizing it. Shout out to Mr. Justice, the owner of the Virginia Neptunes, for being the inaugural host. And I'm pretty sure, hopefully next year, in the coming years, this thing will continue to blossom, and you know, other venues will get used. Savannah is always beautiful. Baltimore, it's a little cold right now, but Baltimore would be nice as well. Those are the main three big cities that we have here: Hampton Roads, Savannah, and then Baltimore. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We got a big game tomorrow, and you know, praying things go our way. But most importantly, I'm praying that everybody remains healthy, and we have good basketball. That's
Mr. Andre Vaughn, the owner and commissioner of the V League. Mr. Vaughn, we appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the creation of the V League.
Well, you know, it's so funny because I was in, and thank you for having me on this podcast, fired up about this weekend, man, during the holiday season, end the year off right. But, you know, it was about 2014, I got into the semi-pro professional era, and I was in a league that there was no culture. They were going on old history, and it was competition instead of cooperation. And there was no personal policy. They were just letting anybody in the league. And so whoever had a breath, they would let them in. And, you know, it's either you can complain about something or you can make a difference. And so I decided to start the V League. And, what I wanted to create a culture, and not just a culture. I wanted to bring a group of guys that still wanted to play basketball on the next level. A lot of times we create a recreation league, and where it's all said and done, they're still trying to hold on to that dream, but we want to get younger and younger. And so the V League and the G League will be working together when they're looking at our league for players. And so that's the ultimate goal, to be the bronze level of basketball. You have the NBA, you have the G League, and then you have the V League.
As the commissioner, can you give a glimpse to the people, the day-to-day things that, as a commissioner, some of your responsibilities and what you have to do?
Well, yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities because, every weekend somebody wins, somebody loses, and there's always something you have to look into, right? And so we hold, the referees to a high standard. So many times, it's a valid point, and people say, "Oh, stop crying because you lost," right? But no, it was a valid point that changed the effect of the game, right? And so it's important for on every level to look at, from the referees to the other organizations to new teams that are looking to come in, that we got to vet them throughout the season, because they come in, they get excited, and we got to make sure that they're excited a year from now. And then looking at sponsorships, looking at platforms, how we can get this message out, how can we revenue share with other organizations, with other companies. And so it's a lot during the day, but it's all worth it because we're helping people keep their dream alive. A lot of times people are all said and done, they don't want to go overseas. They're not paying the money like they used to make. So we need to have that platform where they can stay here with their families. And so it's a lot day to day, but it's all worth it.
First annual holiday showcase for the V League. Tell us what that means to you and what your expectations are for this weekend.
Man, I'm looking for some good basketball. I'm looking for some great basketball. 2:00 tomorrow. 2:00. That's been talked about. Two undefeated teams, the Virginia Neptunes and the Beltway Bombers. Man, it's going to be a function that better than Holyfield and Tyson. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some amazing basketball. I'm so grateful for all of the sponsors who've participated in this holiday showcase. I wouldn't want to be any place but here in the Virginia, the Newport News area. And so, man, I'm excited about how things are going to come together, and then how all the owners and all the players work together. So even though I'm competing against you, we're still working together for the betterment of the league.
What would go into making this annual? Because I we're in the hotel, Hilton Garden Inn, the Newport News.
Yep.
Like, what would go into being able to make this annual?
Location. Just thinking when he said it, I was thinking off the rip, Puerto Rico. Where would people want to go? Somewhere hot, right? So I would probably look at, somewhere hot for next year where people can get away from things, where it'd be a vacation and business at the same time. And then finding, different sponsors who would want to sponsor that event. And then also finding a host team. Even if we do take it to Puerto Rico, they'll take responsibility for taking the lead of it, just like the Virginia Neptunes did with this showcase.
Got you. Now, this is a bit different than the V League showcase. Myself, Stretch, we're league owners. We own the Rec League, the Brotherhood Hoop League. What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to get a league started? Like, what would you say needs to happen or needs to be done in that case?
2 P's. You got to have passion for it, and you have to have patience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody wants to start something.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to learn how to deal with different personalities. You have to learn how to, have a phenomenal attitude even when things are not going your way, right? You have to understand partnership and collaboration is so important because you can't do it alone. So getting those partnerships and those collabs, the great teams, great players that see the vision. See, when you start a league, it has to be a shared vision.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be your own vision because you're going to fail. But if it's a shared vision, that's what makes leagues work, and having the right people and interview people into your league. Just don't accept anyone, but interview people into the league.
Last question. What I'm noticing about you, I'm just meeting you for the first time tonight, but one of the things that stands out to me is how passionate you are. Yeah. Where did that passion for in life and in basketball, where did that come from?
From when I was a child, man. I always want to do better. I want to make a difference. Protecting your dash, the dash between your death date and your birth date. So I want to protect my dash at all times. So when I'm walking, no matter where I am, I'm a thermostat, not a thermometer. So thermometers just go with the energy of the room, whatever happens. If it's raining and they sad, if it's sunshine. but thermostats set the tone and the temperature of what they do. And so the passion came at an early age. And, for me, I enjoy winning. Winning has to be a lifestyle. And so everything we all touch has a turn into gold. And so that's kind of where it came from. And in my family was always in that competitive atmosphere. I mean, we used to play the round world in the hamper, shooting a little Nerf ball in the hamper. I mean, we were competing who can get to the front seat first. So everything was a competition. And that's just how it is now. Everything is a competition. And that's why we're here, providing opportunities for others. And so they can learn and compete on a different level.
Mr. Andre Vaughn, thank you so much, Commissioner of the V-League. Thank you for taking the time with us at the Coach Stretch Show.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Speaking of holiday basketball, the NBA was on full display on Christmas. And listen, man, we got a lot to talk about with this NBA stuff. Number one, I feel like, and me and you talked about this, it's hard to pass the mantle of who's going to be the next face of the NBA, the next generation of stars in the NBA, when the old guard
They don't
and die.
They're not trying to.
They just won't lay down and die.
They're not gonna lay down.
What a game!
Yeah.
Lakers and Warriors, the 8:00 game, the main event for Christmas Day, and we'll start there before we go anywhere else. Listen, AD goes down early, walking in the lane, trips, falls, rolls his ankle. He's out for the rest of the game. And LeBron James turns back the clock, gives you a 30-piece, and what do you have, 11 assists, if I'm not mistaken?
10.
Somewhere around there?
10, yeah.
10, and just willed the Lakers to a victory. Like, he willed them to a victory in a game where, under normal circumstances, I promise you, if it wasn't Christmas, the Lakers probably lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
They probably lose that game. But
go ahead.
7.7 million viewers tuned in for that game. That's crazy. And Steph Curry wasn't to be outdone. He had, what he scored? 38 and 6 assists.
Yeah.
And he was just setting the world on fire in the fourth quarter, man. Setting the world on fire. So what are your thoughts about this? It's a good thing that we had a great game, but also a bad thing because it shows why the NBA is in a stagnant point right now in today's time.
I'll address the good first. You got two legends on the court.
Yeah.
Two legends on the court. Let's start there.
Yeah.
LeBron is LeBron. Everybody knows how I feel about LeBron, so I won't go into that. The fact that he's able to still be this good this late is a testament to, I mean, that's God given, but the work that he puts in and able to turn it up against, I think the player that he probably respects the most out of everybody. He respects all of his opponents, it appears, but I think Steph is the one. Him and KD. But for him to turn it back like that, it says some. Shout out to Austin Reeves too. He had I'm not a big triple-double guy, but triple-doubles, you can't have a good game and have a triple-double. He had 26, 10, and 10, or 22, 10, and 10. He stepped up big.
He had the game winner as well.
Yeah, the game winner, correct. Just a legend being a legend, man. Just a legend being a legend. And I think the legends, him, Steph, they should be celebrated for it. Steph Curry, I mean, again, bro, like he's revolutionized the pull-up three. And that was no less evident yesterday. Them last 2 threes were absolutely insane. One was off the catch, off the screen. Well, both of them were. But how he's able to get open, he's expanded range, he's redefined the definition, the definitions of the court where you have to defend that. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. And it's a disservice what the Lakers and the Warriors are doing to these legends. And AD's not a legend yet, but AD's up there. Stop. These guys are still good enough to compete. Put some guys around them, man. We're trying to see these dudes in the postseason.
Since you brought it up,
okay,
we got to discuss it. how much of a disservice is these front offices what they're doing or lack thereof not doing to support these stars in their last stages of their career?
You got to think. We talk about this all the time. These teams are not doing anything to.
Right.
They're not supporting these older guys. They're not. They're milking what they can get out of these guys, and they're not trying to give up assets. From a business perspective, I understand because these guys are not going to be there forever. But LeBron just signed an extension. Steph signed a 1-year extension. I think it was extension talks with Durant. If these dudes are committing to you, do what you need to do. Get the pieces around them. For me, it's that simple. I mean, we are business owners, but I don't own an NBA franchise. To me, you deserve to give these guys a shot. LeBron's been with the Lakers 7 years now. This is 7th year. Steph, his whole career. Steph is giving you a whole career.
16. Was it 14 or 16 years?
16 years since no, it was 09. So
14.
Yeah, 15
years.
What we talk about? What we talking about, Stretch? I mean, like, for real, what we talking about, bro? Like, this is why I always say loyalty don't mean nothing. There's no way that he should be playing. Get Pods up out of there. Lauri Markkanen, come on, man. I don't even get
And they had deals on the table. Both teams had deals
Stretch.
on the table that can make their team so much better and put longevity and get themselves a realistic chance at getting a championship in their respective cities. Why aren't they pulling the trigger on these things?
And to the Warriors' point, you had a perfect fit for that system.
Yeah,
Lauri Markkanen is one of the premier off-ball players in the entire league.
Yeah.
He can shoot and attack.
And you said Pods is the deal breaker. How is Pods the deal breaker?
Bro, what are we talking about, Stretch? I don't understand.
To back that up, your big acquisition in the offseason is Buddy Hield.
And you know what? He hasn't even been bad. He won't go play like he did all season. Come on, man. Let's get Lauri Markkanen there, dog. What we doing, man?
Yeah. I agree, Stats. It's borderline. You know, the thing that was crazy was it was floating around today that your boy Pelinka was trending to getting fired. How is he just now trending? It has been complete and utter negligence and malfeasance to what he's been doing to the Lakers organization.
So the issue is, because in that article, and it wasn't really an in-depth article, it was basically aggregating what Javon Buha, he's the Lakers beat writer, and they were saying that, Darvin Ham, I hate this word, but this is what the article said, scapegoat. And basically what it said was, you ain't got nobody to blame now. JJ Redick is new, and you're not going to get rid of LeBron and AD. So
somebody got to be held accountable.
So that's basically what the premise of the article was.
And, I think it should have been him to begin with.
It should have been him to begin with. So
this thing goes all the way back to Luke Walton.
And we'll go back even before that, them last Kobe years. But I guess you wanted to ride, I guess
I get it. I get that. I mean,
you give the legend, let the legend, overpay him. That's fine. Right. He did it for your franchise. He won't worth it as a player, but for what he did for your franchise, that's fine. I totally understand that. That stuff goes into that. Right. Now, at some point, Stretch, I'm trying to be as polite as I can here, because if people don't want to make deals with you because you were an agent, then you got to get somebody in there who people are willing to make deals.
I agree. That's why I didn't understand the hire to begin with.
Like, I don't.
His rep is like this in the league. Like, people ain't really banging with him in the league to begin with.
Right, because of who he was as an agent. If that's the case. If that's the case, I just look. LeBron and AD are two of my favorites, but they're still top 10 level players. Get these dudes. Come on, man. One of my biggest pet peeves. That's why I said don't get me started. Is when you got great players. Same for Kevin Durant. I know we got Book and Bill, but like, bro, you need depth around that. Somebody got to go. Like, You got players playing like this at their advanced ages.
Yeah.
These you need to go all in to win championships for these dudes, bro.
Yeah, I agree. All three of those things should be all in trying to win a championship right now, and they're not. I didn't understand the Phoenix Suns. They gave all their depth to get Bradley Beal. They gave basically half their team to get Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal, which they knew was going to happen when they brought him in, has been hurt over and over and over again. And on top of that, they have not solved the point guard issue.
Still, I mean, they got Tyus Jones, but do you like Tyus Jones?
He's a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
he's a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
and you need more than a Band-Aid right now in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Let's talk about somebody who could be the face of the NBA real soon. Your guy, Victor Wembanyama. Now, the Spurs played the Knicks in a thriller. The Knicks ended up winning by, I want to say it was 4, could have been 2. Mikal Bridges ended up with 41.
41.
He ended up with 41, man. But Victor Wembanyama had 42, 18, and 4 blocks. He had 24 and 11 at halftime. Listen, the fact that they were at the 12 o'clock game is criminal. Come on, NBA. Come on, NBA. Come on, NBA. They could have at least been at the 5 o'clock game, man. And I get it. It's usually Christmas tradition for the Knicks to play at 12. I get it. However, the Knicks ain't been this good in a long time.
In a really long time. Philly and Boston, and I know that, but see, Boston's the champ. So, like, how was you gonna do that, though, Stretch? Because Boston's the champ. Like, you gotta respect the champs, bro.
Boston could have played at 3. And to me, Boston could have played at 3.
Okay.
You put the first. You got to find a way to get Shea on TV.
Okay, Minnesota and Dallas could have played at noon.
Yes, they play them at 12.
Yeah, play them at 12. But then you got Luka and Kyrie. But I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to play them at 12.
Yeah.
That should have been the 5 o'clock game, maybe the 3 o'clock game, something like that. Philly and the Celtics, you know, it was okay. It had no pop to it.
Here's my thing, because we got to remove ourselves. We're diehard basketball fans. Right. We were going to watch anyway.
Right.
Well, except when you being a curmudgeon, because you've been a curmudgeon lately. If we acknowledge that you want to have LeBron, Steph, and KD up there in their teams, right? If you're acknowledging that, LeBron and Steph, they played each other. KD and then played the Nuggets at 10:30. So that's fine. That's 2 games. So do you think Memphis with Ja and the crazy thing about it
right there, Memphis and OKC should have played at 12. That's the 12 o'clock game.
Memphis is 3rd in the West. OKC is 1st. So they're both winning. So Dallas is 4th. So they're winning 2. But Minnesota's 9th.
That Dallas-Minnesota game was blocked. It was there.
Okay.
Dallas didn't even score over 100 points.
Yeah.
But granted, Luka did get hurt.
Yes, he did.
But
somebody's going to get shafted, Stretch, but I don't see the NBA's not marketing these young guys like they should.
I could have done without Boston and Philly.
Okay.
I could have done without them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it, they the champs, but I could have done without them.
Okay. Memphis and OKC.
Or I could have done without Phoenix and the Nuggets, to be honest.
Nah, I mean,
I get it.
So then who would you have replaced them with?
With Shea and Memphis.
I probably would have took Minnesota and Dallas off of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you still need a late game.
Yeah. OKC could have played the late game. put OKC at home. They're the number one team in the West. Been that way for the past 2 years. They deserve to close it out.
Okay. But Anthony Edwards is still up there amongst the face, and he did play.
But his team's not that good, and they knew his team wasn't going to be that good when they made this schedule.
Well, I don't think they knew that.
When they gave up Cat, they knew. We knew.
Yeah.
Everybody knew.
Yeah.
We knew, and we still trying to ride with them and give them time. No, they're not that good no more.
Yeah, they're not that good anymore.
They're not that good.
Yeah.
They took a severe step backwards messing around with that. They're not that good.
But look, okay, I'm going to start with Karl Anthony Towns.
All right.
Karl Anthony Towns has been an MVP candidate. He's a bit lower but he's stretched. He's been absolutely outstanding all season long, man.
Yep.
And he's fit perfectly with them.
Yep.
Perfectly. He's averaging 25 and 14 rebounds.
He's a stud, man.
He's shooting 45% from three. His true shooting percentage is 66.
Yep, 66. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Come
He's
on,
a
man.
stud, man. 25 and 14 is phenomenal. And he's played every game.
He missed 3.
I'm sorry, 28 games, 28 starts. He's missed 3 games.
He missed 3. We could be nitpicky and say be a little bit better on defense, and he should, but this package right here is an MVP level package. I'm sorry. Like we ain't got to play with Cat's name, dog.
Yeah. And they got him third in the East. They third in the East. But most importantly, what I like about it, what he's doing for them, is he's taking that burden off of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Because that was going nowhere fast. Yeah. It'll give you some highlights. You might win a series. But we saw what happened last year in the playoffs. You cannot sustain and make a serious playoff push with that type of offense centered around a small guard. You just can't do it. Not in today's NBA. Can't do it. Can't do it. Serious question. How long before Victor Wembanyama wins his first MVP?
Actually wins the award?
Or is considered. Let's go consider first. They're 15 and 15, 11th in the West currently. But listen, this guy he's 25 and 10.
Yep.
True shooting needs to get a little bit better. He's shooting 61%.
Actually, that's good. True shooting, that's good.
Well, he's 35 from 3, 48 from the floor.
Go look at his attempts from 3. I'm just curious as to what because I already know what the number is. I want you to look at that number and tell me what you think.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I just want you to tell me what you think. Just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. That's all I say.
I saw last game he was jacking them up at a higher rate than I normally would like.
Okay. For the season, though, go look at his attempts from 3.
Yeah, I'm on you. I'm on you.
Because
Spurs, boom. Come on. All right, here we go. No. That's not the Spurs. That's freaking Dallas Mavericks. Lord. Spurs. There we go. Victor. Okay. Stats. Okay. Regular season totals.
No, look at per game. Look how many threes he's shooting per game.
Okay. Am I saying this correct?
Yep.
9.5?
Yep. That's why I wanted you to look.
Why Why is he shooting almost 10 threes a game? Why? Stash, you gotta help me understand something, bro. What
All right.
Why is he shooting 10 threes, man?
So let's talk basketball. As a coach, do you like it or do you not like it?
I'm not loving that.
Okay. Even with the direction that the NBA is going, he's shooting at 36%. So 10 threes at 36% is really good.
Bro, he shot 6 for 16 from 3 last game.
Last game, I know. So here's my question.
He getting them up.
To answer your initial question, next season is when he'll start being considered. He might start being considered this season, but it's going to take
how much they win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's an acceptable amount of threes for him?
7.
Okay. I think shooting that many threes, it opens up the floor for his teammates and for himself.
Who? What teammate that need to be opened up the floor like that?
I mean, they don't do. I mean, listen. Stephon Castle has been getting a lot of hype, but he's a bad offensive player.
He is, but I like him.
I like him too, but he's a bad offensive player right now.
He is.
Sohan needs space.
I don't know. How you feel about Sohan?
I like him. I get why they tried to do the point Sohan stuff last year.
Yeah.
I think in the right role he can really help a team. But that he needs to have the court space because he's not really a shooter. He's more of a connector type.
Right.
Not really any plays called for him, a ball mover, things like that. I like him though. I think he can help. But he opens up the court for his teammates, I would say. Chris Paul is obviously helping him. They need some more talent there, though.
Yeah, they do.
They need some more talent. But for me, next year he'll be seriously considered, I think. And I think that, I've said it, I think he's the next GOAT candidate.
I agree with that.
And he's a true generational talent. Like, you can grow into him. Steph and Jokic have. It's debatable whether you feel like KD is. I think that's an argument for that.
Yeah.
But I think the real true generational talents are Kareem, LeBron. Jordan actually grew into, I guess he came into his rookie year. He's a generational talent. And then LeBron. And then now Wemby. Every 20 years.
Yeah.
So how many championships do you think that the Spurs win with Wemby?
2. I can see 2.
Okay.
All these players that he's currently with, none of them will be there though.
None?
Maybe Castle.
About to say I was gonna say Castle. You don't think Sohan will be there?
No.
Okay.
They're gonna have to use him to trade. They're gonna have to.
Okay.
Because they're gonna have to trade to get a real. Because right now you're too good to be, drafting high. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're gonna have to use your assets, your picks, and your players to bring in people that want to play for Wemby.
How are you building around them?
To be honest, it sounds cliche, but a lot of 3-and-D guys.
You're probably gonna need some playmakers. You're gonna need a playmaker.
Maybe 1 or 2. Maybe 1. Because I think as we watch the evolution of Wemby come on, man. Like, he could be a playmaker.
He is a playmaker now. I just don't think he's a playmaker at a championship level yet.
Not yet, no.
I don't necessarily know if he'll get to that point. To be a playmaker at a championship level, you got to be a LeBron, a Jokic, like to a lesser extent. Well, yeah, I mean, if he can get to Giannis level as a playmaker,
Okay.
and I think that's very attainable, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that.
So
I can see that.
I mean, he's really good, and I think obviously the sky's the limit for him. Just stay healthy. But man, and we ain't even go to the second game yet. Shout out to the Knicks, man. Ever since Leon Rose got there, my gosh, man, he didn't turn that thing around. That Mikal, OG, Cat, Jalen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Knicks, man.
Next game, Mavs versus T-Wolves, and as we mentioned earlier, Luka ended up getting injured with a calf strain. They say he'll be out at least a month. Preliminary reports, at least a month. How you feel? Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of this game. I don't know. It didn't have any pop to me. It didn't have a whole lot of what I was looking for in a Christmas Day game at 3:00. Like, I felt like that game should have been more intense. It should have been. It should have been what the Lakers and Warriors game was to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just competitive. I didn't feel like it was that.
I think it was competitive, but I think some of it, those stretches, like LeBron and Steph have had battles.
Right.
Like they really try to go at each other every time they see each other. Every time.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have that natural competitive. I mean, I think the game was competitive, but it's always going to look different with LeBron and Steph. As far as the game, I don't necessarily think either one. I think Dallas is fun to actually watch them play.
Okay.
I like the way they play. Kyrie is always a good watch. The Timberwolves are just a slog now, though. Like, you got one of the best athletes who can't get to the hole. Like, Anthony Edwards never really drove to the hole like that anyway.
Right.
But, like, he definitely can't now. The paint's clogged because of Rudy. Now you got Julius, your favorite player.
I can't say
They're a mess now, man. And they're a mess. And, you know, front office wanted to save some money, and look where it got you. This is what I'm saying. Look where it got you. Trying to being cheap. You got
and the words of Damo, when you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yeah,
and
play stupid games,
you look real stupid.
Prizes. Yep.
And now you look real stupid.
I'm not a big. By the way, the Cavaliers are beating the Nuggets 80-65 now. It started the third quarter.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump on the Julius Randle train like you do in terms of just, but he's one of those guys, Stretch, that I've repeatedly said, him in a prominent role, it's hard to win with that type of player.
Eliminate.
How you think Dallas going to look without Luka?
Call me crazy, man. I actually think they're going to look just fine. Okay. They're currently beating Phoenix right now, 55-39, and that's in the third.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to be just fine.
Okay.
Because now you get point guard Kyrie, and he's actually doing really well right now. He has 15 points, 3 assists, and then Klay Thompson moves back to the 2. I'm not sold on Klay, but whatever. But now you start PJ and Najee Marshall.
Yeah.
And I like that combo. I'm big on wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love wings.
Najee's been a good addition for them. He's been great for them.
I agree. And PJ was last year. He's been hurt a little bit this year, but
Dallas front office has been doing well with and they got Quentin Grimes too.
Yep.
Quentin Grimes has been really good for them.
And
but you got to hit on the small things like that. You got to hit on those.
Yeah, you got to win in the margins.
Yep. Najee Marshall was a free agent from New Orleans, but Grimes, I think, was just
he was part of a trade package, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Like they got guys, bro. Like, that's a good team.
Yeah.
That's a good team. I like
KD,
Gafford.
KD is the only person in the on Phoenix right now in double figures. He has 13.
Book is hurt. Bill
Book is
got
not
9.
Yeah.
Bro, they don't have any depth, Stretch.
They're not good. They're not good enough. I won't say they're not good. They're just not good enough. I don't know. I kind of hate to see, legends go out bad. Like I hated Kobe being on such a losing team when he went out. I would hate to see LeBron on a losing team when he retires. Same thing with Steph. I just don't want to see that, man. I really don't want to see that, man. The Warriors just ran through, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah. They got Wiggins missed a layup, but they got a wide open with layup out of it. So, do we really have to talk about the Suns and Nuggets?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we forgot Boston and Philly.
Wow. All right, so let's go Boston and the 76ers. Next.
Philly actually won the game, man. Tyrese Maxey had 33 and 12, and B had 27 and 9.
He balled out, man.
Key contributions from Caleb Martin. He had 23.
Paul George out there stealing money. 33 minutes, 12 points, 5 for 15.
I hate to see it, man. That's my guy, but
out there stealing money.
Tatum had 32 and 15 for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown had 23, 7 and 4.
I'll tell you what Paul George did have. He had a great episode on his podcast last couple days ago. So,
about what?
I couldn't tell you. It was a great episode, though.
Okay. This is Phillies won 8 of their last 11, I think.
Yeah.
So they're trending upwards. Is that a team that you would be nervous about?
Yeah, they're 73 in their last 10. They won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
They're still 12th in the East. But yeah, I mean, shit. If Joel Maxey and Paul George play, they're on paper they're a good team.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't play often together. And Joel sprained his ankle before the game. He did play though, but he sprained his ankle before the game.
That's just bad luck, man.
Man. And they don't have a whole lot of depth either. Drummond's hurt. Yeah, Drummond's hurt. Kmart Jr.'s hurt. Eric Gordon's hurt. Like, you depending on Reggie Jackson and Kyle Lowry. That's
a problem.
That is a problem, sir.
In 2024, that's a problem.
That is a problem. Boston Celtics, man, I just feel like they don't get up for certain games. And Porzingis did get hurt again.
Oh, God.
And Drew Holiday didn't play because he's hurt. So they need all their guys to be healthy.
Yep.
They need them to be healthy because they're so top heavy. They 6 deep. 7 maybe if you count Peyton Pritchard, but that's it.
Yeah, he's been good for them.
But that's literally it. That's all you have. So, are you concerned with Boston at all?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not Boston overall. I'm more worried about Porzingis' health.
Yeah.
Like, cause they need him. Repeating is hard. I'm actually kind of worried about Jaylen Brown a little bit, man.
Shooting a lot of shots, man.
A whole bunch of them. And I just look. He's a very good player. I've never been the biggest fan of that kind of. You remember what Michael Jordan said about Kobe Bryant in the little when he was in the All-Star? He was like, that little Laker boy gonna let the game. He gonna take the game. He ain't gonna let the game come to him.
Yeah, he gonna take the game. Right.
He gonna take the game. That's what Jaylen Brown reminds me of, and it's masked a lot because he's on a really good team.
Right.
On a great team, But
yeah.
And also, I don't necessarily know if they're taking the regular season this seriously too.
I don't think so either.
Not as seriously as
It
Cleveland.
was deflating because I want to say they were winning when Porzingis got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. But when Porzingis went down, like the whole thing just flipped.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think matchups matter to them. If the playoffs ended today, they play the Hawks. Hawks do play them tough, but that's 5 at most.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not that worried. Just get KP healthy, get Drew healthy, and I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think they'll be fine. Philly, on the other hand, like they got an uphill battle. And I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it, man. They got an uphill battle right now.
Not 12, man, is a hard task, man. You're gonna need a whole lot of 7 out of 3s. I mean, 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? To make up some of that ground.
Now, the Nets are gonna eventually start selling all players because Cam Johnson and them they don't care about the team. So Cam, Dodo, they probably gonna be out of there soon. So they're gonna drop. But you still got the Bulls at 10th, Pistons surprisingly are 9th, Pacers are 8th, and the Hawks are 7th. So, Pistons, I mean, maybe they could get in the play-in and stay there.
Pistons legit.
Yeah.
They're legit.
Yeah.
I told you that dress code stuff was going to work.
Stop.
Last game, Suns and Nuggets. Joker, 25 and 15. Yes. 25 and 15, and the Nuggets still lose, though, however, 110 to 100. KD had 27. As did Beal. Bradley Beal also had 27.
Donovan Mitchell hurt.
Hurt bad?
He landed on Jamal Murray's foot, but his ankle didn't really twist on a jumper. Yeah, his ankle didn't actually twist at all. He just landed on his foot. Go ahead.
We kind of discussed the issues that we have with the Suns already. Is it time to blow this thing up? Start selling off some assets for the Suns?
They don't. They just need. It's just one guy. It's not assets or two. And Bill's actually been pretty good this season. But from the beginning, they should have tried to get depth and not try to go to 3-star. That doesn't work anymore. It worked in the NBA when talent wasn't as good.
Man. 10 years ago.
Right. When talent wasn't as good and role players weren't as good. Now role players can approximate stars in a playoff series. And role players have never been better. So you get the benefit of role players and their lesser salaries. But Bill and Nurkic got to go. Bill is still good. He can still help somebody. Nurkic, send them somewhere else. I don't know where you're going to send them.
Nuggets, they're sliding a little bit. They're not the same.
And they're getting killed right now.
Yeah. They've let go a lot of pieces.
Yep.
They're 16 and 12 currently, and they're losing right now. So probably 16 and 13 real soon.
16 and 13, yep.
Now Russell was playing really well for them.
You said who?
Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
In the absence of Jamal Murray. But the issue is Jamal Murray. That's the issue. As well as the regression of Aaron Gordon. He's not as good as he used to be a couple years ago. What do you do? What do you do here if you're Denver?
What's the move? He's not playing tonight either, and he's missed. So it'll be 13 games he's missed.
Yeah, calf. He got a calf issue.
Yeah, you can't play with those.
No.
Russell Westbrook has picked it up lately, so that's helped. I don't know what Jamal Murray's doing though. I don't know. But I mean, we got to understand too. This is who he's always been.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get, he does this in the playoffs, and really, I mean, not saying he doesn't do it in the playoffs, but he did it against
good against the Lakers.
He was good against the bad Lakers backcourt defense.
That's it.
But he's had other good playoff series before, so I don't want to just reduce it to that. But when you people look at his playoff performances and think this is who he is in the regular season, and it's not.
Yeah,
this is not who This is not who he is. Jokic is still Jokic, but the defense has gotten worse. The defense has gotten a lot worse. They attack him every possession at the rim, every time. Every time.
Well, if you don't have Aaron Gordon around,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Who's historically a really good defender?
Yeah.
And you don't have KCP out there on the perimeter stopping guys from getting to him.
Contain penetration. Yep.
Yeah, you don't have those guys anymore. This is what you're gonna get.
So,
what's the move? I don't know what's the move.
I mean, they don't really have assets in their front office. Doesn't really like to spend money. That's why they let Bruce Brown go. That's why they let KCP go.
Yeah.
That's why.
Ripped the rim off the freaking backboard. Good God.
Who?
Kuminga.
Oh.
They're the tight one with the Clippers right now.
Clippers have been surprising, and Kawhi's coming back.
Yeah.
But that to me is why the Nuggets aren't as good. I mean, there's going to be natural good pass, Donovan Mitchell, but that was going to be natural regression anyway. Though Stretch, they weren't going to be who they've always been.
Yeah.
But I just think for me, man, you just get to a point where again, stop doing these players like this, invest in them, spend money.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like it. I don't. You got the MVP in his prime, and you don't want to pay KCP, and you want to replace it with Christian Brown, who's not as good. I don't. Yeah. I think Bill would actually be good there.
You think so?
Yeah, playing off the Jokic, but then,
how many games he gonna give you?
Yeah, good point.
And what you gonna give up for him? Obviously, you give up Christian Brown and who else?
Good point. Because I think they only got one pick they could trade.
Yeah, and Bill's making like $50 million.
Yeah. Never mind. Did you have anything about the ratings, or are we done with that conversation?
No, I think I'm done with the ratings because I understand what's going on. And I think I thank you for pointing out a few things for me. The NBA is in a weird place right now because they had quote unquote heir to the thrones. They had a couple, and it just didn't work out. You said they basically invented the play-in tournament for Zion.
Yep.
And he hasn't been able to stay on the freaking floor.
Yep.
Then they pivot quickly to Ja Morant, and he wants to be a damn Crip.
He wanted to be Ja Wick.
He wanted to be Ja Wick. So now where do you go? So now Ant-Man had a couple moments in the playoffs, and now you're jumping on him, but the freaking GM don't do him no service, don't do him no assistance at all.
Yeah.
And you trade the second best player.
Yeah.
So where do you go? Where do you go? And for some reason they don't like Tatum, or he's just bland. He's bland.
Yeah, I don't think he has the person. I love Tatum personally, but he mind his business. He stay out the way, just like AD. Bro, he don't bother nobody. He just minds his business, and I don't think that's not what they're looking for. Flair. They're looking for, and they're really looking for somebody who's polarizing, somebody who can generate love and hate.
Right. At the same time, you love them, but you hate them.
Extreme love and extreme hate, and really, only one person can do that. Unfortunately, Kevin Durant can to a certain extent. Steph is more love than hate. I'm not saying he doesn't get hate because he clearly does.
Yeah, they hate that guy.
but
everywhere but Golden State.
But Golden State. I don't know, because I don't think they want to make we're xenophobic, not me and you, but we're xenophobic. I don't think we want to make somebody that's not American a face. Denver coming back too, they only down 12. I don't think they want to make somebody the face, but Wemby gonna make it so you ain't got no choice.
Yeah, you ain't gonna have no choice. You ain't gonna have no choice.
So you think Zion could recover and retain that?
No, it's over.
Oh, that's done.
It's
Okay.
over.
That's done.
It's over. They need to trade him, and they need to trade him soon. I don't know where you send him.
I'm about to say, where does he go? Because he can't go to New York now. That was what was rumored, but you got Cat there now.
I don't see where he fits. That's the thing. I don't see where he fits.
Would you trade him to Houston?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I think Jimmy Butler should go to Houston.
I agree. That's a really good fit.
Yeah.
That would be a really good fit.
Yep.
Dillon Brooks is having his best season. He's been great for them. Send Dillon Brooks to Miami. Jimmy Butler would be really, really good. And he's from Tomball, Texas, too.
Hey, that's what they need. For them to stay where they're at and possibly make a serious run, that is what they need. Like real veteran leadership and someone that can, quote unquote, give them a little edge.
You don't like Fred in that role?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I mean, he's been okay, but no.
Okay.
I'm passing on Van Fleet.
Stop.
So, yeah. Well, that's it for me, big dog. You got any closing remarks?
No, I just now feel bad for Zion. I feel bad for DeMar DeRozan too, but we ain't got to go there. Rest in peace, Mike Brown. He ain't dead, but he got fired. That's yeah.
It's unfortunate. It happens, especially when you have imbeciles as GMs. Coaches get fired.
Yeah, when you bring a guy in there who hasn't shown impact winning at a high level that is production, and now that's Mike Brown's fault. So okay, all right, cool. I don't get me started, please.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us tonight, man. We'll be back on our regular schedule program. We're gonna do something next Wednesday.
We should. Well, that's New Year's, so
yeah, New Year's Eve is when all the stuff go down. Yeah, we can do something New Year. That'll be nice.
Yeah,
that'll be nice.
Yeah, I ain't got. I ain't got no life.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, look out for us on New Year's, man. But if you got time, come on out, pull up to Pocosin High School, check out the V-League Holiday Showcase. 12 o'clock, the Virginia Titans take on the DMV Warriors. 2 o'clock, the Battle of the Undefeated Virginia Neptunes taking on Beltway Bombers. And then at 4 o'clock, Savannah Hurricanes versus the Hagerstown Warthogs. So, take your time, enjoy the interviews. Come on out, support some good basketball, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday. You got a thought for today's stats?
No, no. God told me it's gonna be okay.
There you go.
So it's gonna be okay.
All right. And,
I actually posted that on
you
Facebook.
You did post that, and my mama told me stop fucking around. So remind. So, was that man, JT? I'll go stretch. Stay relentless in all that you do. We out of here. Peace.
You ain't getting streams. I make it look good. Yeah, I make it look easy. I let it be. I'm a better me. I don't really care. Been like this for years. Yeah, cause I don't really. Nah, never did. never will. Ever let you get inside the whip. Catch us hitting sideways, sliding around with a drip for that mango. Tangos couldn't get a pick. I be quick, I be slick when I push for 'em whip. I be zoning with my shit.